Hey everyone, so I'm back here with another video. This time around I have some retro video game pickups to show you guys. I got one PC game and four Nintendo games, and let's just get right into it. So first up is this PC slash Mac game that I got. I'm not entirely sure why I ended up getting it. I mean, it was um, all there really, and the condition was really good, and it was just a little bit interesting, so I decided to go for it. It's called Red Jack, Revenge of the Brethren, and it's a 3 disc game, and everything's in there, and the manual as well. It's kind of strange that the case fits 4 discs altogether, but it says on the side too that it's only 3 discs, and all 3 discs are inside there. But that one there was $1.99. I got that from the Salvation Army. The rest of these games, I got them all from retro game stores here in the city of Toronto. This one here I got from Iceman Video Games. I had some trade credit, so I went ahead and picked up this game here. Pretty much just because I didn't want to sort of just leave the trade credit for another time. And I was kind of interested in this game, and for 20 bucks I thought it was an okay enough price, even though it's a high price for most people, but again, for the city of Toronto, it's not that bad. I got Castlevania for $20 of trade credit, and I spent about $7 on the stuff I traded in, so it's not that big of a deal. I could have gotten something else, probably a little bit better, but I just saw this and I thought, why not add that to the collection? Next up, I got these next few items from this from this game store called Last Gen, I believe that's what it's called. I should have probably tried to remember it going in to this video, but I honestly can't remember what it's called right now. I'll link it in the description below if I can find a website for the store if you're interested in checking them out. They're located above a Subway sandwich store near the University of Toronto in downtown Toronto, just on College between Spadina and University. You'll be able to point it out. It's on the south side of College. Anyways, it's a very small store. They don't really have much there. It's just the one guy who owns it, who's also selling stuff. Um, but like I said, he doesn't really have that much stuff there. But every so often, he has something that's a little bit interesting, and his prices are decent for the most part. So I check out the store once in a while. Um, let's see. In the past, I've gotten a Bonk's Adventure for the TurboGrafx complete in box. Well, without the cardboard box, but I got that there for 20 bucks. And I got a couple of Game Boy Advance, and N64 and Super Nintendo games from him. Just a whole bunch of Nintendo games. But as for more recent games, or even um, sort of 10-ish-year-old games, those there's very little to pick from in his store. But you can't really blame him. He's not really into sort of reselling. He just wants to have these things available. He also has records, comic books, like that kind of stuff. And it's a pretty interesting little store. It's just a very small room, but you'll see everything right away. You'll see what the selection is. And he's had things in the past like a white Japanese Sega Saturn, which he sold off really fast. And he also had, he still has a smoke gray N64 with a controller, but he wanted, I believe, like $70 or something for it. So I didn't even consider it because I'm not really into collecting variant consoles. Probably just variant handhelds is what I'm limiting myself to. Not really looking for all the different consoles. Anyways, that's all besides the point. It's a small store. He gives me good deals every so often. Nothing amazing, but decent enough for when I'm uh, checking his store out once in a while. I got these 3 Game Boy games and this one box and manual for $25. It's not the best deal, but I mean, it was fair enough. The first Game Boy game here is called Revenge of the Gator, and it's just a pinball game. Nothing too special, but it is programmed by HAL. Um, so I thought that was interesting enough, and I grabbed that. The next game, which I almost dropped there, is called Flip Pull. I think it was also called Plotting in some regions, but it's just a very simple puzzle game by Taito. And then the last game here, the label is not in the best condition, but it works just fine. And to get these 3 games for pretty much $10, it was a decent enough deal. It's Final Fantasy Legend 3, and you can see the label here sort of written on and faded out. So there's not much I can do about that, but it was only $3.33 for that itself. And then the last item that I got this box and manual. It's for a Nintendo 64 game that I don't have yet, but I do plan on getting, and hopefully I can get it for $10 or less. It's not a rare game. It's not hard to find, but the thing about the city of Toronto is there are set kinds of games that will always be priced higher because they're popular and people are always looking for them, and the prices are just way overinflated. The box and manual though that I got is for Diddy Kong Racing, and hopefully if I can find that game there, the player's choice version of it, if I can find it and complete that for under $10, then that'll be perfect. $25 for a complete in-box copy of it is a decent enough price to pay, considering I've seen this here in the city for 40, 50, even $60, even for the player's choice. At the end of the day, I might have paid a little bit more. Didn't get anything necessarily exciting, but definitely interesting to me. And I've already had fun with some of the Game Boy games already, especially Flip Pull. But yep, that's all I got. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Also, check out my 300 subscribers contest. It'll be linked in the description below. Also linked in the description below is my Facebook, Twitter, and website. Check them out if you'd like. And that's about it. See ya.